I know. You're probably gonna say it. We're all thinking the same thing.
Oh my god, Pirate is late again with another One Piece chapter review. You gotta be more on time with it.
Or,
Oh my god, you're always late to the party.
yeah, I don't care. I am doing these things out of my own time. You're probably wondering, Pirate. No one is saying these things. You're making things up in your head. No one's saying anything about this. I know, but listen. Let me be funny with it. Let me have some fun with this, okay? God. Also, by the way, you know what else is fun? Subscribing. Cause why? Cause it's free and it helps me out a lot. Very much appreciate that if you guys would subscribe to the channel, please and thank you. Okay? We're growing, we're steadily growing every day. The subscribers are slowly getting up, the views are going up, and I appreciate every single one of you guys that tune in and watch this video. Anyway, back to laid some more important topics at hand. Today we are talking about One Piece chapter 1081, titled "The 10th Titanic Captain of the Blackbeard Pirates, Kuzan," which it's not really all that surprising. I'm pretty sure everyone at this point in the One Piece community kind of speculated that, yeah, Kuzan might actually be the 10th Titanic captain of Blackbeard's ship. So, is it surprising? No, but does this mean something? Kinda, and I'll get back into it. But now we're gonna start off. So last chapter, we left off with Garp just really just putting his like whole ball, like cocking balls, pause if needed, into like into a lot of into like Hachinosu, the pirate island. He came in there, started beating some heads in, really just beat the island in with a couple of cases, a lot of people in the process, because ain't no way there's like the people, like the pirates that were in that area, like that was like in direct contact of like Garp's puns. No way that they lived. They are dead. 100%. Argue with your mama, not me. So we continue off of that last chapter, with the ship like just like flying down, like what's it called, like flying, well not flying, but falling down. And after Garp's punch, after Garp did that punch, he jumps down, well he like lands down on the ground, and then what's it called, Grim, Prince Gruss. I don't know why I call him Grim, but Prince Gruss. He pulls out his he like puts a hand out and says, come wait, Comlodius, wait, Comolo Comolo Glorpus. And what it does, it kind of like he basically summons clay out of his hand and stuff like that, and places it on the ground, on the like concrete of Hachinosu, stuff like that, kind of like making clay out of it to like cushion the fall, so that way the ship doesn't like fucking burst into pieces and stuff like that. And then the pirates, and that was the pirates are like, God damn it, Garp, he almost killed us, you geezer. And then Garp just tells all the other pirates just to like, hey, don't move or you'll suffer some more, type stuff. And I can guarantee you that any of the pirates that heard that did not move at all, not even a muscle. We could see also too that a lot of them, yeah, they're just like they're passed out or probably dead. Either way, but I like to think they're dead because it's Garp, and he even points it out. Even says it right here, like here, saying like what's it called? After all these years, I'm losing my edge and stuff like that. So he's basically saying like, damn, I'm not as strong as I used to be. If I'm my prime, I could have decimated this whole island, I could have put like a hole like through it and stuff like that, and the island would sink or something like that. So he's basically indicating, letting us know that like, yes, he is strong, but he has not had his prime, So if this is what he's like as an old man, then imagine what he could be like in his prime, Like imagine that. Just imagine that for a quick second, Okay, now that's enough imagining. Anyway, we got some more pressing matters on to now, okay? So, yeah, so then yeah, we also see Helmeppo and stuff like that. We see Helmeppo, Tashigi, a couple of other like not Marines and too, stuff like that. So again, remember last chapter, Kobe pointed out there was like some non-sword members that came to help Kobe. So I guess that's really to indicate and kind of like, I guess that means that there's probably like a lot of people or a certain amount of Marines that know about sword that aren't a part of it, or maybe it's like I don't know, maybe it's like I don't know, maybe it's like Garp, probably like maybe if you're like under like Garp's like wing or like something like that, like Garp is your vice admiral and stuff like that. Maybe I guess maybe he'll tell you about Sword or something like that, or like I guess part of that you somehow know about Sword or something like that. Not sure about in Tashigi's case, maybe because like Garp trusts Tashigi and stuff like that, so she probably knows about Sword, but isn't a member of Sword, you know. So yeah, the next page we see what's it called? Prince Gruss and what's it called? Kajaku, you know, the whip lady, okay? And and yeah, Gruss is like, I can't believe he called Kobe the future of the navies. That's not, I can't let that slide. You know, like Prince Gruss is like, huh, I can't. Hold on, him, the future of the navy. Nah, the future of the marine. Nah, I can't allow that. I can't let that slide. I got to ratio this man. You know, types. You know, kind of thing. You know. So then yeah, we see also what's it called? What's a Habari? We see also Habari too behind Kobe, like walking with him and stuff like that. And she tried to get the chain off of him, like the chain that he has on him, but couldn't get it off. So then Habari and Kobe are walking. You know, then Kobe's like, well, what's it called? He said, what's it called? Oh, you know, Habari is talking to Garp and them. She said, Vice Admiral Garp, I can't get Kobe shackles off no matter what. You'll have to help. And then he's like, her sentences get cut off. She's frozen in ice, completely solid. And then Kobe shouts out, Habari! And then Kujaku also calls out, Habari! And then and then, what's it called? Garp has like a very serious, like, kind of expression on his face. Like, kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of how to describe it. It's like, you know how anime characters like kind of like have a serious face, like they look all angry and stuff like that. They have like the lines covering their eyes. I might put a picture up to like kind of describe what it looks. It looks kind of similar like that, kind of stuff like that. So he's like, what just happened? And Garbage is like, what just happened? Okay, so Habari's frozen. We only know one person that's capable of freezing people. You know who it is? You know who it is? It's Monet did it. Monet did it. She came back to life. She's getting her revenge against what Tashigi did to her, even though that wasn't really Tashigi that killed her. It was Zoro that killed her, but still. But no. It's Kuzan. It's Aokiji. It's Kuzan. It's him, okay? And so yeah, and then Kobe is like, Kuzan, what are you doing? Please unfreeze her. Like, please unfreeze Habari right now, please. And then you get the pirates coming in chanting like, yeah, Kuzan, yeah, Captain Kuja, Aokiji's here, yeah, now y'all done for, woo, you know. And yeah, then Kuzan speaks to Kobe and says that I can't have you escaping Kobe. Not when Teach isn't around, because he'll get very upset. And then we get a next page we get a flashback. Okay, next panel is a flashback panel. What's it called? And from it looks like it says 2 years ago. Yes, the narrator says 2 years ago, Admiral Akainu and Aokiji fought over the right to be the next Navy Fleet Admiral. About a year after that, he was on an island at the New World, and by he I mean Kuzan, stuff like that. Because again, if you don't remember the fight between Akainu and Aokiji, they were both fighting to see who were going to be the next fleet admiral. Akainu won, and Aokiji left the admirals. And for the longest time, we didn't know for the longest time, we assumed that he's been like MIA until somewhat recently. We see that he was with Blackbeard, and we was like, oh, is he working for Blackbeard and stuff like that, blah 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 blah. And so we already know, it's already been confirmed, at this point right now that we'll confirm that something that we already knew, that Aokiji is part of Blackbeard's crew. Okay, so a year after that whole fight. After Aokiji left the admirals and just been a drifter and stuff like that, basically, he's on an island at the New World, and Blackbeard and his crew there, and what's it called? Blackbeard and his crew is there, his crew is like screaming and stuff like that. Blackbeard comes in. He's like, who did this? And he's like, who did this? I don't even want to ask. There's only one man who would like be able to do such a thing. And he's like, it's you, Aokiji. And then we see outside of like the bar that Aokiji is at, we see San Juan, the person, like Blackwood's one of the 10 Titanic captains, San Juan Wolf, who ate the giant fruit, basically making him a giant person. Okay, so we see that he's frozen, and a good amount of like Blackbeard's crew is also frozen. So it's not just him, but a good chunk of them are frozen, and there's like we see like Blackbeard has been frozen, and two other of the Titanic captains. It looks like Vasco Shot and possibly Van Auger. Look like those two haven't been frozen either. Okay, and what's it called? So yeah, then Aokiji's like, you're the captain. You should have know what would have happened. You really think that I struck first? They tried to fight me, and look what happened. Now they're frozen. Plus, I'm mourning right now. So can you really? I'm not in the mood right now. I'm mourning. If you really want to test me, go ahead and try. Fuck around and find out. Is basically what he said. And then, then later on, like a little bit of time passed. Blackbeard, Aokiji, they're drinking. Senwan Wolf and a lot of like Blackbeard's crew has been unfrozen now and stuff like that. And it's like just drinking and stuff like that, reminiscing about the good times. And then I like the way you drink ice candy. That's how Aokiji laughs. Like I don't know. It's like out of all the One Piece laughs, it feels like kind of the most normal-ish, normal air quotes in terms of One Piece laughs. So it's same to you, you sick bastard. Hey, we need more drinks over here, and then San Juan Wolves is still outside of the bar, just like eating and stuff like that. And so then so Aokiji is like telling the Blackbeard pirates like basically what happened, like the whole fight between him and Aka Inu and stuff like that. So he's like, Aokiji's like, two men came into the ranks together in a fight to the death. I can see something boiling up within me, and he's like saying that because he's saying it because that's what Aka Inu said to him, So Aokiji is just like mimicking Aka Inu, saying, two men who came up into the ring together in a fight to the death. I can feel something boiling within me. And then Katarina, what's it called? I think that's Katarina. I think it's Caroline. I think it's Katarine. I think it is Katarine. Yeah, Katarine, one of the 10 Titanic captains of Blackbeard's crew, who ate the Ketsu no Mi, the Nine Tails fruit that she can basically use to transform into anyone. We don't know how it works, but we just know what it does. It could work the same way how what's it called? Mr. Two, what's his name? Bon Clay, there we go. I don't know. I lost track. I'm sorry. But yeah, somehow way up Bon Clay. But that's beside the point. Katarina then asked, so what did Aka Inu say after that, And then, what's it called? And then that's what did Aka Inu say after that? You think? And, sorry. She was responding to what Aokiji was saying about how he was like saying like mimicking kind of like Aka Inu and stuff like that. And then Aokiji responds saying that Aka Inu said, he responds saying, what's it called, to saying like, oh, you think you're made of magma, and then we just see fucking what's it called, what's his name, I don't know why I was gonna say Pedal Spero, but the other like Blackbeard like 10 like Titanic captain, oh god, I don't know why I'm spitballing. Not spitballing. I'm having a mind. Pizarro, there we go. I'm sorry. It's like every time I see him, like it's certain names I'm very bad at pronouncing, I just forget. But yeah, Pizarro and stuff like these. Pizarro's like laughing at like what Aokiji said. What's saying like, what you think you made of magma? Then Pizarro's going, yeah, yeah, because he laughs like a cat for some reason. Yeah, And then so yeah, Vasco Shot was like, oh, so that's how fucking admirals fight. That's crazy. And yeah, and he shows then Aka Inu, so Aokiji shows that yeah, he was like missing a leg and stuff like the after the fight. He was missing a leg and stuff like that, so now you have to like repair his leg. Like we had to replace his leg with ice, which we already knew that for a while now. And then Pizarro asks, "What about Akinu? Did you at least take his arm off?" And Aokiji responds saying, "Nah, but he should be like pretty banged up after that fight, like all over." Which that is very impressive. Well, not very impressive, but something interesting about this part. Something very interesting about this like part right here is that yes, Akainu didn't lose an arm. However, we see that like on his like on his face and like on this right side of his like chest area, he has like scars, like ice burns, really stuff like that, you know. So he could be very much right. He could be scarred. He could be scarred all over because he said he should be like scarred all over. He said he should be. Not saying that he is, but he's saying he should be. So you haven't seen the like end results because again he left the Admirals after like a while, like immediately after, you know. So who knows? And we haven't seen Aki Inu without like his shirt and stuff like that. So I imagine if he were to like to take his like shirt off and calm yourself down, take off his shirt, calm yourself down, okay, and just like show his like body, calm yourself down, and we probably would see like a lot of scars, like very big scars, like all across his body. Like I would feel like since like this is Aokiji we're talking about. Yes, Akainu is strong, but so is Aokiji, So if I were to guess, I would like to say that like set 85% of his body is like riddled with scars. That's what I think. That's what probably what it is. I'm assuming. I don't know. It could be like that. It could be. Who knows? But anyway. And then yeah. So Katarina chimes in, and she says, "Speaking of scars, Commodore, what's up? Do you know? Wait, do you think he knows about burn scars and stuff like that?" And then Aokiji's like, "Burn scars, and Burgess, Jesus Burgess, comes in saying like there are like four poneglyphs, like four road poneglyphs or load poneglyphs, what you want to go off of, around that are on the world right now, and that two of them are taken by Kaido and Big Mom. But as for the other two, that they can't find, but one of them is said to be held by a man with burned scars, and." Aokiji is this like quite like he's like looking so confused. He's like and showing off like the scars on his body. He's like, "Huh, me?" And then Vasco's shot goes like, "What's it called? Not you!" And stuff like that. What's it called? He just, plus, you just got yours. That's not you. It can't be you. You just got yours. And then Lafitte chimes in. They say that what's it called? Oh, that he like the person that has the road poneglyph. He sails in an all black ship, and that what's it called? Anyone that goes by it or tries to take the road poneglyphs from them, like gets kind of sucked up into a giant like vortex. Perhaps that's probably a devil fruit at play, which is very possible. It could be a devil fruit, Who do we know that has a devil fruit that can control whirlpools, could kind of control the weather per se, because whirlpools, like at least most of the time, whirlpools are like they're like an effect because of like what's it called? Because of the weather, basically. That's the best way I could like really describe it. I'm not gonna go into too much detail about whirlpools, but it has to do with weather for the most of the cases. Okay, who do we know that has a weather devil fruit? Okay, who do we know? Dragon. I mean, even though it's not really haven't been like confirmed that Dragon does have a devil fruit. However, considering a lot of the like theories and stuff going on about Dragon, I wouldn't be surprised if he did have a devil fruit, So I wouldn't be surprised if he did have like the devil fruit to manipulate the weathers, which it could be him. It could be Dragon. However, we did see like we have seen what Dragon's ship looks like, which again around the time from that episode when it did air, that was really just like before like I think that was an anime filler. I think that was like anime filler. So for all we know, the the colors on from his ship that we saw in the anime could be like completely different, and like Dragon could actually have an all black ship, but who knows? So then yeah, the Luffy says like what's it called? Yeah, black ship. Anyone that goes near it will be like sucked into a vortex. Could possibly be a double fruited play. Could be Dragon. Who knows? Shiryu then says, "My guess is probably the government." I mean, hell, the government has got its own dark secrets of its own. Plus, if they hold one of the poneglyphs, then that means no pirate, will have access to the One Piece. You know, and Aokiji is like very much confused about this whole like thing whatsoever. He says Nika's like poneglyphs. I don't remember seeing any red poneglyphs. There weren't any at Ohara, so I wouldn't forget it. Plus, what's it called? But what all I remember was like what a good friend, like what a good friend fight him back against the government, you know, and what he means from what he means by good friend, he's making a reference to Saul, to Saul, you know, like Jaguar D Saul, who basically fought against the government and protected Nico Robin and stuff like that. Even though Aokiji technically let Nico Robin live also, but hey, that's neither here nor there, you know. And then while he's like what's it called, going on and talking about like this his like life story and stuff like that, just like that, and Lafitte like comes into Blackbeard and kind of whisper into like Blackbeard's ear, just saying like, "Hey, well, so what do you think, Commodore? If we take his devil fruit, it could be very much of a use. It could very much be useful to us, you know." And then fucking, then fucking, you can just like see the like little like thing like on Aokiji, because he heard. So it looks like he's like suspicious of Lafitte, or probably heard Lafitte, which he actually did hear Lafitte, and he even says right here like, "I heard you, you wretched scum. Do I need to send all of you to a frozen hellscape?" And then he's like just kind of like freezes a little bit some of his crewmates again and stuff like that. And yeah, he heard about like what's it called, and say, "Oh, I heard about your plans to try to take devil fruit powers. You want to try me? Come on, let's go." And then Blackbeard is like commenting like, "Hey, wait, say wait there, Kuzan, hold on. I apologize. Lafitte was just being an idiot. He was making a super a stupid idea. Don't listen to him. It's just a joke. Besides, that's not my intention at all. It's quite the opposite. Why don't you join us?" Then Aokiji is like, "Huh? Have you lost your mind, old man?" And what's up? He's like, "Yeah, you've lost your mind, old man?" And then, yeah, Blackbeard responds like, "You're out of the job, right? I don't got anything else to do, so why not join us? Plus, we can make a big difference in the world." And then Kuzan responds and he says, watch yourself. Just because we shared a couple of drinks doesn't mean that I trust any of you. Easy now, easy. You've got the wrong idea about pirates. Nobody said we were all best of friends here. The only thing pirates need is an alignment of interest. You're a free man after all, so what do you want to do? And so yeah, that was like the flashback and stuff like that, and we can obviously tell that he decided to join them, you know, which also another thing too, that I'm pretty a lot of people probably don't really know about pirates, and I've noticed I've watched a Tekken video, even he brought it up about the whole thing about pirates, is that the way the whole idea of like people think of pirates is like, oh, they're just like people that like are part of a crew and they get drunk and stuff like that, blah 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 blah. Nah, not even most of the time. Like sometimes, yeah, it is that case, but most of the time, a lot of pirates are just people that like basically kind of got screwed over by the government. That was like ex-Navy, like for the most part. Majority of pirates are like ex-Navy, ex-Marines, and stuff like that. You know, they basically got either got abused by the government or the government betrayed them and they had enough, and like, hey, you got betrayed by the government? Yeah, you too? Yeah, I also did. You want to be pirates and get back at them? Yeah, okay then, you know. So then that was the end of that. So that was the end of the flashback. Okay, and then Garp is like, what's it called? Then Garp is yelling at Aokiji, telling us, hey, Kuzan, return Kobe back. No, let Kobe go, free Habari, and get in uniform. Come back to the Navy and stuff like that. Come back to the Marines. God damn it. And then what's it called? Then Kuzan kind of like basically like gears up, like kind of like he's like half his body's like turning into ice and stuff like that. And he's like, you always did like to say whatever was on your mind, but I'm afraid I can't help you with any of those things, Garp. That's the thing. That's the thing I loved about you, which is why I live the way that I want to live. Ice ball. And then he freezes Garp in a block of ice and stuff like that. And he's like, "Would you kill your what's it called? Your senior apprentice to save your protege and stuff like that?" So you know, and if you're being honest, come on now, this is Garp. Like, did you really think that ball of ice was gonna stop him? Like, come on now, come on now. And then just like Garp breaks out of like he breaks out of the ice and says, "Don't be tied down by this nonsense. I taught you to live in the moment." So yeah, Garp breaks out the ice. He grabs Kuzan by the face, and he says, "Listen here, Kuzan. Wavering is a sign of weakness." Slams him. Boom! Blue hole! And just slams him like, if I'm being honest, that's like 20 feet or something like that. I don't think he threw him like all the way to the like so deep that he's gonna like hit the water. Like he's gonna like, oh no, he's gonna die because he hits the water, stuff like that. No, Aokiji will be all right. He could just freeze. He could just freeze the water. He'll be fine. He's done it time. He's done it many times before. He could just do it. He'll be okay. He's not gonna die. Okay. And so okay, so one thing I want to point out before we reach to a little bit before we skip over from before we go from Hachinosu. Okay. Garp did say something very interesting. He was saying wavering is a sign of weakness, which is very much interesting because could it be like maybe 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 not Garp, but maybe Kuzan isn't being 100% honest about his reasoning for joining Blackbeard's crew. One way how I like to think it could be that he's probably like Kuzan is a member of Sword, and I'm pretty sure maybe like Garp, like because Garp is a member of Sword. So let's say this for once, let's say Nagi, Aokiji, and Garp are a part of Sword, okay, and possibly Garp or maybe Aokiji probably had this idea about, hey, I'm gonna go. After like what's it called? After this fight, I'm gonna have with Kuzan with Aka Inu. I'm gonna leave the Marines, to go be a pirate and to go join Blackbeard's crew. Kind of spy on them, get you guys some information. When the time comes and we meet each other, we're gonna have to like fight. We're gonna have to make it look very good, very convincing. Because I don't think Aokiji is gonna like say right out the blue and like in Hachinosu and say like, Garp, you're finally here. It's good to see you. And then it's like, Hakuzan, you're finally here. I was worried about you, stuff like that. Then it's like title card, doom doom doom. Kuzan, member of Sword, you know, kind of thing. Okay, I don't think it'd be like that. Now that's reason number one. Reason number two, it could be possible that Kuzan did join the Blackbeard Pirates out of his own free will, because let's think about it. The government didn't do much for him. Let's see what else. The government didn't do much for him. He has no relationship. He has no like what's it called? He doesn't really like Aka Inu. He thinks his like way of justice is very like aggressive, very much wrong. Only person I feel like he probably like looked up to or probably like what's it called kind of vibed with was Garp and maybe Fujitoro, maybe. I don't think he like messed with Kizaru like that, I think. So I mean, who knows? He could be just one, a member of Sword, or two, he could just actually be like actually a 10th Titanic captain and he just became one out of his own free will, you know? Cuz like I can see no reason like why he wouldn't be, you know? I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be. I have some reasons why he could be. I might make like a separate video on its own on like theories on stuff like that, like why Kuzan might be the 10th Titanic captain, like why did he join the Blackbeard pirate stuff like that. So yeah. Next panel, we cut back. We cut off from Hachinosu. So we're probably. I don't want to say we're done for now. Or who knows? But we'll probably cut back to it next chapter. Who knows? But we cut back from Hachinosu. Now we're at Winter Island. That is at the New World. Winter Island. That is the island that Law went to after picking out of like the sticks to they decide like which island to go to. Okay, so if you guys remember, last time we saw Law, he was fighting against Blackbeard and his crew at Winter Island. We get a headshot of Blackbeard, wheezing, huffing and puffing. Next shot is like Law's hat and stuff like that. Okay, and we just see Law's hat. We don't see Law. Another panel. We get another what's our shot. We get Van Arger, Burgess, Julius, Jesus Burgess, sorry, and Blackbeard all together, and Blackbeard is like laughing. He's like, "Zeh ha 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 ha! Without your ships, you can't just call yourself a pirate crew anymore. You've got no means of escape. Zeh ha ha ha!" And then we see a big shot of like the Polatang Law's ship and it's like sinking, and we get the narrated card saying the Polatang submarine of the Heart Pirates has been sunk. You know, so now they have no ship, they have no means to escape. What's gonna happen? Okay, and we see a closer shot of Belpo and Law, but kind of like all like both like not really passed up, but like very much like injured and weak, very much defeated. Okay, and then Blackbeard goes up to Law and he says, "You know, those 100 pirate hearts that you stole at the Waki port that you used to make your debut as what's it called? As Warlord, was very impressive. But I wondered how joyous would those pirates be if I were to bring you back, or maybe bring your heart back with me. I'm sure they'll be in a celebrator mood. You know? Okay, and then we get like a text bubble coming from Chopper. What's I was saying that I can't guarantee that this will work, and then we see Belpo like chewing on something. He's going chop, and then he's like, what's it called? Then Blackbeard, he's just like, I can't decide. Let us see. Oh, what do you think, crew? Should we sell the op fruit or use it? Say, Law, you wouldn't fancy me making me an immortal? Ha 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 ha. Okay. So, which is an interesting thing too. Very interesting. So we know that Blackbeard, he's very smart because he's a schemer. He's smart. He's a schemer, and you know it makes more sense for him to like either sell the op fruit or have Law do the what's it called eternal like life or the eternal youth surgery on him instead of him just like flat out stealing it, because again, there are devil fruits in the One Piece world that are basically meant for a certain type of person. The op fruit is one of them. Even Kuzan said it himself. Kuzan said it himself. Oh, sorry, Corazon. Sorry, not Kuzan. Corazon said it. You know, Law's guardian. Law's like what? I guess you could say father in a way. You know, Corazon said that this devil fruit would be perfect for you. You know, it'd be perfect for someone that has like medical, that's like a like medical experience like that. Because Law was learning, was like training to be a doctor. His mom and dad were both doctors and stuff like that. So, you know, so that's a devil fruit that fits Law. So it very much makes more sense for Blackbeard to either sell it or have Law give him the eternal life surgery, which the eternal life surgery is a procedure that basically gives the person immortal life but kills the user at the same time while doing so. So while Blackbeard is like trying to like talk to Law and stuff like that, saying like, hey, about like the possibilities that he can do with like Law and stuff like that since he defeated him, we see what's it called? We see Belmeppo just like in this we see like kind of a shadowy kind of like aura coming around Helmeppo, and then he lunges at him saying, "Get your hands off my captain!" and like swings at Garp, Vinarger, Burgas, and Blackbeard with one fell swoop in his Sulong form and stuff like that. And Blackbeard's like, huh, Sulong? But how can you be? The moon's not out. You know, so here, okay, so we know what happened. We know what happened. Chopper gave Beppo a rumble ball, or at least an experimental version of a rumble ball to help like achieve Sulong form. Because Chopper did say that he's not sure of like if it's guaranteed to work, but hey, you might as well try it. So we see that it works. Now, as for the repercussions of what it could have, we do not know. Okay, so so Beppo is in his at his Sulong form. He grabs what's it called? He grabs Law, puts him on his back, and they just fucking escape in the water. Cause again, Beppo is he's a polar bear, he's a mink, and polar bears they can swim very, very fast, and you know, stuff like that. I think it's like 10, actually, was it I think it's like maybe 10 like 10 or 9 miles per hour and stuff like that regularly. But if they were really like to like hit the jets, they could probably go faster, you know. And then like what's it called? And then Law is like he's like huffing the play. He's like, Beppo, we gotta go back. We gotta go get the crew. Can't leave him behind. We gotta get the crew and my hat. We gotta get my hat too. It's very important. It's one of a kind. Can't get it nowhere. Please, we gotta go back for it. And then Beppo was like, "Sorry, Captain. Don't worry. We can't go back. You're very much injured. Plus, you can trust your crew. They're very strong. They'll live. Hell, we came out of the frozen port of the north, so they'll be okay. They'll be fine as long as you don't die. So just stay alive, Captain. Please. We made it together as a team. You can't die, Captain. Please." Narrator card. The pirate Trafalgar Law and his heart pirates defeated. To be continued. End of chapter. Break next week. I think there's a break next week. Does it say? Doesn't say break next week. Okay, so it looks like there's no. Okay, so no break next week. Woo! Okay, so let's do a little wrap up. Okay, so let's get a little wrap up. So Kuzan is officially the 10th Titanic captain of Blackbeard's crew. There is a man with burn scars that is looking for the Lode Poneglyph. Well, that has a road Poneglyph that the Blackbeard pirates are looking for. It could be Dragon. I don't think it's Saul. You know, I don't think it would be Saul because it would make no sense. For one, it would make no sense for Saul to leave Elbaf, and I'm pretty sure they said it in the chapter, or at least very heavily implied that Saul is staying on this island. He's not leaving. He's not staying on this island. So I feel like it could be Dragon. That's the biggest bet we got. It could be Dragon, or it could be a whole different character entirely, you know. But my money is on Dragon. My money is on Dragon. It's probably him. He probably has the real poneglyph, and that's who we're probably looking for. We get some like a little bit more backstory, a little more backstory. What's else? Not really more backstory, but kind of like a recap of like of Kuzan and like why he left. Well, not really why, but like of him leaving the what's it called, the Navy and stuff like that. We know where he's basically been after like he left the Navy, which he's basically just been going around just like just chilling, vibing, drinking at bars and stuff like that, you know. He gets offered to join the Blackbeard crew, which he does. And yeah, and then he's fighting Garp, which I don't think I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's dead because one, Kuzan is strong, and two, Garp, I don't think he would like flat out like kill his like protege, you know. He'd kill like his previous apprentice, you know. Even though he's probably lost his way, I don't think Garp's gonna kill him. He might just like beat some sense to him at most. And so yeah. And then the whole fight between Blackbeard and Law. Blackbeard won, but also lost at the same time. He won because he defeated Law, but lost because he didn't get to use Law's double fruit to his advantage. He didn't get the immortal life surgery or the eternal youth surgery. So it's a win-loss, you know. But hey, Law is still okay. Law, at least we know it's been confirmed that Law, he's okay. Kid, we don't know if Kid's dead. He's probably alive, but I like to think that he's dead, you know? So I wonder, are we gonna go back to the Straw Hats now? You know, because these like, so there's like for these two previous chapters so far, they've been like, these two previous chapters been like about, what's it called? Basically like kind of catching up to what Law and Kid were up to, you know? So, are we gonna go back to the Straw Hats? Or are we gonna go back to Garp and, you know, Garp and Kuzan again? Like, who knows? Maybe the fight was over, maybe it's not. Who knows? But yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be in for this video. This is gonna be a Captain Pyro D-God, Pyro D-God, Pyro, whatever you wanna call me. Signing off. Yarg!
Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate.